the beautiful island of Santorini. Santorini is a tender port, meaning you're going to have to take a smaller little lifeboat, some other ship, from the cruise ship to the main port. Now that we've made it to the port of Santorini, I'm going to be discussing how we're going to get from there to one of the other two main cities, Ia and Ferry. Here you can either take a bus from Ferry, and I'm going to discuss that in a moment. Alternatively, another popular option is that you're going to catch a ferry boat or boat from the port of Santorini, and that's going to go around, which gives you some really lovely views of the Sardonic coast of Santorini, and then it's going to take you to the bottom of a hill in Ia, where usually there's a bus that is then part of your ticket that's going to come and pick you up and take you to the top. Most people take this as a one-way trip, and once they get there, they'll take a bus from Ia back to Ferry. The other thing you could do, of course, is to then get to Ferry and take a bus from Ferry. To do that, let's first then discuss how we can get to Ferry. There are essentially three very common ways of getting to Ferry from the port. The more common one, and strongly recommended, assuming there's not a crazy long line, is going to be the cable car. It's very quick, efficient, and is inexpensive if you do need to pay for it. I will make a note, on Virgin Voyages in the past, they have given you a return ticket free of charge, and they usually give this to you before you get on the tender boat, so just be aware of that. The other option is going to be to take this path, and it's quite a winding, long path going up the hill, and if you are going in the summer, it is going to be incredibly hot, and I wouldn't recommend doing this walkway in that heat, especially if you're going uphill. Going downhill is a different story and is a more comfortable option in that case, but it is also very slippery, so just be aware of that. The second thing you could do instead of walking is to use the donkeys. They do have donkeys there. You'll have to pay extra for that, and they will walk you up or down depending on which way you're coming. A side note, just because I have to say this out of good conscience, is that the animals don't seem to be very well treated, but that is going to be your choice as to whether or not you do make use of it. Just putting that out there. As I did in my previous deep dive, I'm going to recommend what I did that day. I went from the port up the cable car. From the cable car in Ferry, I walked to the bus stop. You do need cash in order to use the buses in Santorini, so make sure you bring some. 20 to 30 euros should be more than enough, so have that on you. Took the bus from Ferry to Ia. Once I got to Ia, I walked around, took all the photos that I wanted, saw all the sights and beautiful history that I wanted to see. Once you've done and you've seen everything you wanted to see and got all your lovely photos, etc., that you're going to post everywhere, get on the bus back, same place that you got dropped off, and head back to Ferry. Then from there, I took the cable car back down, went to my excursion that I had organized through the service provider, and went straight to the volcanic hike. Did the hike, got some really cool photos there, and it was really interesting. The guide that was provided was incredibly knowledgeable, and the views you're going to get of Santorini and the surrounding areas are amazing. From there, got onto the boat took us to the springs, had a nice quick swim in the springs, which was really enjoyable, headed back to the port, didn't do anything through the ship, and instead of spending thousands of dollars, I spent, I think, maybe $50 or something like that. It was well worth every single penny.